Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Four Sides of the Ring. It's Justin and Casey. We're here to talk Raw tonight. Pretty exciting episode of Raw. A lot going on.
Definitely a lot more promos or backstage stuff than matches, really. But there were actually not a lot of matches.
I'll tell you what, though, the matches that we did get were a lot better than SmackDown the other night.
Honestly, I don't know what's going on with SmackDown. They almost seem to be on the back burner for the moment.
Yeah, they didn't have much going on. Hopefully they pick it back up. But
isn't Cena going to be at the next one?
Cena's at Raw, the next Raw. I don't know if he's at the next SmackDown.
What is his SmackDown schedule? Is it after? It's probably. I know he's going to be after WrestleMania.
Well, he'll be at because he's on the European tour, so he'll be at the.
Yeah, he's on the next Raw definitely because they did make the point to call that one out.
So he should be at the next SmackDown too, or at least the week after that.
Right. Okay. Anyway, so the night did start out quite well with Jay versus Grayson.
Yeah, it was a pretty good fight.
Yeah. Jay definitely held his own, and
yeah, Grayson brought a good show there. You didn't really anticipate that he'd win or anything, but
Grayson was sitting there going, "I'm gonna win," to make it a point that he doesn't deserve going to WrestleMania.
But he put on a good show there.
Well, even
took it to Jay.
Even these guys say it was a B match, Class B or rating, whatever you want, grade. Sorry, but and luckily Jay was able to come through over Austin Theory interfering.
Yeah, we had some Theory, and that does he's going up against Theory next week.
So in Germany?
I think you're in Brussels.
Brussels.
I think you're in Brussels.
Yeah, and that one's gonna be a good match. Austin always does a great job. I love both. Well, and it's like you can hate them, you can love them, you can love to hate them. They're definitely good, cocky heels.
Yeah.
But Austin and Grayson both in the ring, phenomenal in-ring guys to work with. So
yeah, they were.
Yeah, so you can always expect a good match with them, and that's the crazy thing too, is they're a tag team, and you're not seeing them go after those tag team gold at all.
No,
and that's where it's like Raw's kind of slacking is in the tag team division.
Yeah, their division's weird right now because they're not
pushing anyone forward.
They're really not.
Oh, before we go any further, this is not off topic per se, but different show. Did you see NXT's big main event match, Stephanie versus Julie, title for title? Did you see who won? Stephanie Valkyrie. That was exciting.
Makes me wonder if Julia's coming.
Well, so from my understanding, anyone in NXT right now, it's going to happen after WrestleMania.
Yeah, but it makes you wonder if
I think she
that's
is.
what the plan is for.
Stephanie has definitely stated that she wants to learn. That she was actually asked, "Do you want main roster or NXT?" And in the beginning, she was like main roster, but then she was like, "Wait, I need to learn. I need to learn English. I need to learn." So she said NXT so I can learn. And they're like, "Okay, cool. We'll bring you there." I mean, I still got to actually sit down and watch the interview with Bubba Ray. She did, because I caught one part where she was saying how different it is here compared to CMLL.
Yeah.
She was like, people are happy to help you here. They don't give a fuck there. They were like, no, just wrestle. Go wrestle.
Just wrestle.
So anyway, but back to the show. So yeah, Jay defeated Waller. And then our lovely world heavyweight champion came out and put him to sleep.
Yeah, he got caught up by Gunther again.
Well, they attacked him too. Yeah. A-Town did turn and attack him, so he didn't see Gunther come out. McAfee called out Gunther saying he was a despicable champion. How dare he do that? I'm going to tell you this too. Big difference between SmackDown and Raw is their their guys.
Their announcers?
Yeah. Because Michael Cole and Pat McAfee put on one hell of a great commentary. That's the word I was. They commentate so well to where nothing against Wade Barrett. I love Wade. I forgot that one again. My bad. Go quiet. Shh. Anyway, Wade. Nothing. Goddamn phone. What are you doing? Wow. Go back and then you go into TikTok. Thank you. Anyway, nothing against Wade Barrett because I do like Wade Barrett's commentating. It's the new guy. And it's not like I hate him. It's just he makes it way too football-y, like way too sportsy, you know? So he's still breaking into the comfort zone of being able to do it. So hopefully he gets.
Well, Pat McAfee though he's such a big personality. He fits right into the WWE world, you know.
Oh yeah.
So him and Michael Cole,
I love.
They make such a good.
I know.
Good crew
Together, yeah, definitely. Michael Cole's always been.
Yeah, Michael Cole's awesome, and then him and Pat McAfee have been
just great together.
I mean, I agree. They're really good.
So that's a big difference between SmackDown and Raw too. So, all right, now we're going into a promo, which I ratherly enjoyed the booing. Logan Paul tries, and I say tries because it did not work out well, because every time he opened his mouth, the crowd got louder, and I think McAfee really covered that one great. He goes, they should have won the world's Guinness Book of World Records of booing, because it just kept going.
Boo.
So Logan Paul tries to call out AJ Styles, ends up making a huge mess of the whole situation, goes to Andrew Schultz and disses on him, or tries to get him to say that they're there to watch him. And so Andrew turns around and basically tells him, we're here for Punk, we're here for him, we're here for them. And he goes, but who are you really here for? No one's here to see you, Logan. So definitely dissed on Logan. Logan, that was great. That was a good, just phenomenal set of events right there. Because then, you know, obviously Logan loses his cool, pulls Andrew over the barricade and starts whooping on him. And AJ comes to save the day.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting a build up to AJ and Logan at WrestleMania.
I gotta buy that shirt.
You see that?
I gotta buy that shirt. WWE is now selling I Hate Logan Paul shirts. I'm buying that shirt. Oh, and then the fact that he basically told The Rock, you know, his soul's for sale. And the fact that he has the nerve to put himself up there with Rock and John Cena. Like, oh my God, dude.
It's
Just the nerve of him.
It's funny, though.
It was a good promo, though, definitely. And it definitely ended right. And if anyone hasn't noticed, AJ's back to his original music. I didn't notice that at the Rumble because he changed his music when he was going heel.
Yeah.
But then he got injured, and when he came back, they're like, "Hey, you're gonna be face." He goes, "Okay, go back to the old music."
Back to the old
Stuff. Because his plan was he wanted a theme song that would make it hate you more, because it was a shitty theme song compared to this one. Okay. So we're going to go past that promo now. Now we're looking at the next match, which was the Tornado Tag Team match versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee and the New Day. Or should we say it how they say it? The New Day. Anyway, on the entrance, did you see the video I sent you on TikTok? It would have been last night. I think you were still at work. If you didn't, I'll get into it right now. Xavier and Kofi are walking out. Kid's got a foam thumbs down finger. Well, that's Zilla Fatu's foam finger hand. Kofi grabbed it and ripped it off and threw it to the ground from the fan. Guess who saw it and called Kofi out on TikTok? Zilla Fatu said, "You're a marked man. I'm coming for you. I took Kofi out. I'm gonna go for you or Xavier out. Now you're up." And he goes, "And I thought you were cool, but no, you dissing one of my fans. I'm gonna come for you." Which almost makes you wonder: are they kind of Easter egging Zilla's coming to WWE?
Guess they could be,
because honestly, he's one of the last major members that is wrestling right now of the Fatus that needs to come, and he's got the speed and agility. You just don't anyone listening. Go watch his matches because they are intense. I mean, he's got a running. I don't know what it's called, the thumb move that Solo does. He does a running one where he does just boom. And almost like a spear, but he just hits them and twirls around and gets back up, And it's just insane. So I hope that's the case. Like, he's coming, because this will be fire. And if it is, I hope it's with Jacob and him teaming together. If not, he's always stated he's behind Roman. So I hope he comes to back Roman up and help get Roman his title. Now this match was actually a decent back and forth. It wasn't phenomenal, but it was definitely better than what we've gotten from Raw as of late. And I think it had a lot to do to the fact that it was a tornado tag, so there's no DQ. No, there was no disqualifications. There was no, so they were actually able to do a lot more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, is like there's a lot more action involved, because we've seen the New Day quite a few times over the last few weeks,
right?
And the LWO, and it was quite a bit more action packed.
Yeah, there were a few slip-ups, and I will comment this right now. Xavier Woods did a decent job recovering from one of the slip-ups when Dragon Lee went to throw him through the table, and he hit but bounced.
Yeah,
and you could see the table split a little bit, and then Xavier popped back up and hurried and just brought his arm back down on the table to finish the job.
Right,
and I was like, oh, that was a hell of a recover there. You hurry and bounced and fucking took it down, So you could tell there were a few slip-ups. Nothing crazy. Like Ray definitely had a slip-up, too, at the end. When he went for the 619, he damn near missed catching Kofi's head.
Yeah.
He almost didn't get him at all. So luckily that was grabbed, too. And then, at the end, it cost the results of the match. A masked luchador... quotation marks, wearing a American-made mask, mind you, comes out and attacks the two luchas in the ring, Dragon Lee and Ray, causing the match. Security obviously goes after him. He takes off. And was it Kofi got the pin? I want to say Kofi got the pin.
Oh, I don't remember who got the pin.
Anyway, the pin was on Ray, and it was over. Now we're all sitting here going, okay, we know who that man is, because he even goes, what, Gracias or whatever, with his fingers up, just like Chad Gable.
Oh, that's freaking hilarious.
And we'll get more into this a little later. because they do more. But we're going to go ahead and keep going because now we're going into the backstage segment with Judgment Day after that match. I didn't really catch what was starting on the conversation. For anyone listening, I tend to watch and do other things while I'm watching, like play video games or flip on through TikTok or whatever. And I pay attention, but I didn't actually come in to a big part of this conversation. I think I missed out, which I need to go find on YouTube, because I came to the point where I started paying attention to the point where Liv was telling him Dom went and took care of the Braun Breaker situation. And Finn's like, what, by getting yourself a match with him? And he goes, no, I got you an Intercontinental title match next week on Raw. And then Finn hugs him, like a long period hug. But then I did see, which makes me wonder what's going to happen, because I didn't quite hear what Liv said, but to me, it was she's doubting Finn's ability to win the match. She's questioning Finn's ability. And then Dom goes, no, I believe in Finn. He'll win. Which, honestly, I can see him winning. And I hope he does. Love Braun Breaker to death, but Finn deserves a belt right now.
Yeah, Finn definitely has it in him to take Braun Breaker. Finn's good,
He should be where he should have been. He should be on the top with Seth, with all of them. Mm-hmm. It's like when he came back from that injury that Seth accidentally caused, he just has been put on a back burner. And it's ridiculous because I'm like, he needs to be up there. He deserves to be up there.
Well, I mean, if he gets the Intercontinental title, that'll put him in a title position for a while.
Yeah, and I hope so.
And that's a big deal.
That's definitely a fingers crossed there. I hope Finn does get it. Nothing against Braun Breaker. I love the kid. But that kid is such a power horse. He needs to go against guys that can actually fucking stop him. Yeah. I would love to see him and Roman Reigns go at it spear for spear. Just saying.
But
so definitely we're getting turmoil. And I'm assuming you didn't see the other TikTok I sent you if you didn't see the Kofi one where Liv was talking about Judgment Day and talking about, at the beginning of that, Carlito was like, did you think Raquel said something about me? Well, there was a TikTok where Liv's talking to Carlito, asking him spicy questions for the spicy ramen that cup of noodles or whatever that they got. And the other one was, who do you think's hot? And so Carlito finally comes out and he's like, Raquel. And she goes, I knew it. And he's like, don't tell her. And she goes, no, I won't say a word. I'm going to help you with this. And it's just hilarious. I even saw a girl I follow on TikTok too. She even had a subject with Carlito. She was saying that Carlito needs to step away from the Judgment Day and go back into a solos run to, get back to where he deserves to be. And she was like, everybody give me your thoughts, comment. And I commented, I said, Carlito is in the well, I didn't necessarily say it this way, but I was like, he's there as a comedic relief, which he is. He's fucking hilarious. And I did agree. He does either need to go solo or we need to finally get the breakup. And Carlito, Dom, Liv, Raquel, they go their way. Mm-hmm. And Dom and Carlito form a tag team and go get the belts.
Yeah.
Because those are the only belts Dom has a chance of getting right now. And that will be with Carlito's help. And I full-heartedly, I've seen Carlito wrestle in other groups, and he's good. He's fire. And, so when they were bringing him back, I was actually really excited to see it. And thank you, Carlito, for growing out the goatee again. You shaved, and it just looked weird. But anyway, that was a good one. Good segment. Now we're going into probably Justin's highlight of the night. The Cody Rhodes segment. I'm going to let Justin take this one. Cody Rhodes is his guy. I thought it was fire.
Oh, it was definitely fire. Cody is. He is on another level right now. Like, the attack just has put him
On a nuclear level.
Well, he's going for Cena, and
it's going to be a killer WrestleMania.
he's gonna stop Cena. Is what this promo boiled down to. You know, he went out there and he let Cena get booed. You know, he's like, go for it. You know, to the crowd and let them boo Cena, and then he declared.
Good Lord.
He declared, 17 is not going to happen.
I'll tell you right now, even they graded it an A. Mm-hmm. That's a huge deal.
I mean, Cody he's about as good on the mic right now as anybody.
So, yeah, I mean, it raises the question, too. Is 17 going to happen? Right now? Who knows? We still got 40 days.
I mean...
Well, a little bit less now, but 40 days since Raw on what's going to happen.
But, I mean, like, he went on to say talked about how John Cena was saying, that it's best for business that he main events WrestleMania and that he wins 17, and Cody's like, the business has changed. Business is different. I'm the quarterback now. I'm the guy now. And
well, let's go to the fact too that even though if Cena were to break that record, that would be a crazy record to break. And the record holder is already out there on X fucking saying that he will push through security to stop it from happening. And knowing Ric Flair, he probably will.
Probably going to try.
But either way right now.
But we get Cena and Cody
next week
in Brussels next week.
So it's what's going to happen. If I have to guess anything, dude, Cody's going to get off his bus immediately and go looking. Start looking for him.
So,
and he even brought up Travis. He brought up The Rock. He's not happy. And Cody's not one to piss off either. He's done it before. He'll do it again.
Taken on a lot of guys and come out on top now. So,
but at this point, though, we do know one thing: Cody's outnumbered. So coming into WrestleMania, you damn well know The Rock's going to turn the match into John Cena's favor, which obviously will probably be a no disqualification match, just like it was with Roman.
Right.
Because that's the only way.
Right.
They got to make it unfair.
Well, we still don't. I mean, because we've talked about, things like triple threat match and fatal 4 matches happening for that title.
Who the hell knows at this point? Because
we're still way under that kind of stuff. Like, is it really just going to be Cena and
you got so much going on right now, and that I think this is why Raw's just been on fire,
especially considering the ending to this Raw, which we'll get into in a minute.
We will get into that. Yeah,
opens up.
If any of you have
more, I'm sure everyone knows what happened, but it opens up more to what's going to happen going into WrestleMania.
Well, let's put it this way: the ending was so phenomenally great. I got on my TikTok and posted about it because holy shit, I loved it. And it's just twisting to become bigger and bigger, and
as it's been stated by Triple H, these matches are not set. Main events are not set.
And he will not give the women's a main event unless they've earned it.
And it's like...
which, honestly, that makes a good one.
And it's this build-up that's going to prove, what happens. It's going to set what happens.
He's creating such a storytelling
But
you know, and the fact that he's stating he won't even give the women's a main event unless they've earned it. And right now,
but the women are earning it too.
the women are earning it. They are. Oh my god! Especially after this Raw, they're earning it.
We'll talk more about
Yes,
the women
we will.
too,
We're getting there. We're getting there.
I don't know if you've been on X today, but they're getting.
I haven't.
They're
I
getting
have actually,
even more. After we talk about that segment, we'll talk more about what happened on X
I
today
haven't.
too.
I haven't. I've been staying away from my phone today. I don't know why. Well, I've been playing video games.
Well, let's get into the Bailey Raquel match. That was next up on the card. We had.
Honestly,
Let's see. This was
it was just a one-on-one for the number one contendership.
the number one contender. That's what I was trying to say.
Okay, so it was the number one contendership. I gotta kind of state it was probably the lowest of the matches that night.
But
It was good, but
the outcome though raises a question because Raquel took the match,
of course,
and it was a good match. Like nothing special, but it was a good match.
Well, Raquel took the match by Liv and Dom
obviously
interfering. Our lovely Judgment Day outcome.
There's no one better than Dom jumping on those ropes and distracting the ref.
He's one of those ones that falls in the category of you love to hate him.
You love to hate him.
But at the same time, I mean, watching him from the beginning to now, he is come into his own. And God, I would just love to see some gold around him again.
So
that's why I say him and Carlito just need to form a tag team.
That would be fun.
I think him and Carlito would do well as a tag team.
But the question this raises is if Raquel wins that championship from Valkyria, then what does that do for the tag team of Raquel and Liv? Do we get to see Liv?
I think that would push Liv towards going
back towards
her other one,
the other championship,
the world one. I think.
Which I think.
Well, right now she's the only. We'll get into it later on the others, but she's the only one staying out of the picture right now. If you think about it, Liv hasn't done an action towards any of the other girls yet. But she's been focusing on Raquel. So right now, I think she's giving Raquel the push to get her belt and then be a double title. And then Raquel's going to return the favor and go push her to go get,
I think,
the world women title.
I think this title, the one that Io holds right now, is going to boil down to, all 6 of them that are fighting.
Hey, I made this call last week. And I'll tell you now, talking with Bryce at work, we've come to the conclusion that they have only gone high as a fatal 4-way. And Bryce even forgot about that fatal 4-way because it wasn't. Oh, I hate to say it. It was the first WrestleMania DVD I ever bought. But it was WrestleMania 16, I believe, with Big Show, Mick Foley, The Rock, and I looked it up the other day. I swear to God, Foley, The Rock, Big Show, Triple H. Sorry. Anyway, it was a good match, definitely good, but it was one of the lower of that time's WrestleMania matches because they were getting into that more and more Stone Cold The Rock shit later on. And it's killer. But anyway, me and Bryce were saying, I think we're literally they were the only ones to go up to a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania. So if they were to go to a fatal 6-way, and I almost want to say you have to do a pinfall elimination on all of them to get to the end. So you have to go through 5 other fucking people to win. But it would be more exciting if it was a fatal 4-way and the one pinfall is it because you have 5 other fucking people who are going to kick your ass. But that's why I also say ladder match.
Yeah.
Do a goddamn ladder match.
You could do a ladder match.
Oh my God. The last time Io was in a ladder match, I swear to God, she broke her ass bone.
Yeah, she really
The
did.
way she just locks up for the rest of the match. She's just,
But that brings us into Io Sky. She had her interview with Michael Cole.
Yeah. That was,
And what happened?
No. We're jumping.
Are we?
Yes, we are. Because Kathy and Chad happened before that.
Did it?
Yep. I was actually paying attention at this point. My game was paused. Kathy catches up with Chad for an interview, basically accusing him being the masked luchador. And Chad literally is like, that wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
And it goes into a whole thing with him and Kathy. And all of a sudden you see security carrying out a guy with the fucking mask and the same clothes and the same shoes. So it's either not Chad who did it, but it is someone who is with Chad, which is the mysterious what's in the box question. Is he found a luchador to wear the damn mask and attack luchadors? Or he just simply had a pawn in the back that took his place.
Yeah, I think he just.
And I want to say that, but looking at the guy they had, it's so hard because you're looking just at the jaw.
Yeah.
But he had damn near close to the same resemblance of the guy who attacked. So they found someone that looks damn near identical. Because Chad looks the same way, too, if you put your hand over his face. Yeah. But that was great because hilarious. He even was all like looking at Kathy like, maybe you should figure shit out before you accuse me, and walked off. Now we're going into the EO interview.
So the EO interview, I mean, really it breaks down into Bianca coming out.
Of course.
Rhea coming out.
Which, oh God, Bianca. I almost want to agree with Rhea, but at the same time, if I were in that situation too, I want front row seats to find out who I'm gonna win, who I'm gonna face at WrestleMania 2. But it's at the same time, you could have been sitting at a screen in the back while we dealt with our business and not distracted Rhea. But it's also Rhea's fault for being distracted and losing Mommy's title. But they both did something very wrong and disrespected Io, causing Io to basically slap the shit out of both of them. And then she stormed off screaming all sorts of shit.
Oh, that was hilarious because she's like jumping up and down in the ring. She's pointing at the WrestleMania sign.
Which one makes you wonder now. We're at least, I'm going to say this right now, we're at least getting a triple threat match. Because Rhea's going to go fight this, saying that she shouldn't have even been out there for a championship match. And all this. And officials or GMs are going to be like, okay, we'll give you the shot. Mm-hmm. So I think Rhea, Bianca, and Io are damn near locked in for a triple threat. Now we're going to get to see the story come down of Jade, Naomi, and Bianca, and Liv, Rhea, and Io. Giving us our six-way.
Giving us our six-way.
And Triple H, if this happens, where can I apply for a job? Just saying. I got good ideas. No, anyway.
Freaking. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the X stuff today because Bianca was posting a lot about this.
Okay.
And she got into it with, she got into it with Rhea. She got into it with Io, and she got into it with Liv.
I really gotta go make another
on
X
on
really
here.
Start following WWE.
So she calls Rhea childish. For one thing, she's like, you're going to throw that stuff in my face right now? Childish, you know. And then she, addressing Io, she said, you just slapped me so hard, you knocked some of the tears off my jacket, on that blue jacket she was wearing. And then she posts a picture of where the missing tears were.
Well, maybe don't push her in the face next time, Bianca. I'm not going to defend that one. Sorry.
I mean,
you kind of deserved it. You both. I mean, honestly, if you push me away by my face, I'm coming back for a fucking hit too.
But, and that, yeah, that's the
and
thing.
The fact that she took it twice.
And then Bianca and Rhea get into it, you know, saying some of the same things again, you know. Rhea saying she's caught up in her emotions. Bianca saying she's just out there to, you know, watch the match and this and that. Rhea calling her a bad friend. And then it you know, so they go back and forth. And then Bianca basically declares she's logging off, right?
Mm.
I'm logging off, gonna go watch whatever. And then Liv chimes in, and she's like, wait, before you go, can I get my apology?
That's good. That's good.
You know,
that's funny.
And Bianca responds, and she's like, I'm sorry, Liv, damn. So
see, this is the thing. You got to be watching social media along with the shows, because they are playing stories on social media too. So Liv is getting involved through social media right now.
And then, so after this, after the back and forth between Bianca and Rhea, okay, Io chimes in, and she's like, dear my friends, put down the phone in your hand. I don't want to slap you guys anymore. So that's 4 of them going at it.
Four
right
of them, yeah.
That's 4 of the 6 we've been talking about going at it.
Now we got Jade and Naomi that need to get into this, which I'm pretty sure we're going to start seeing. It better be fucking Friday. Well, to help SmackDown juice up a little bit, you better start throwing the Jade Naomi shit Friday.
Well, that's the thing too. Is like, I do believe Jade and Naomi were going at it too on X. Because I think Naomi posted something about, you know, when my neck gets better, I'm coming at you, you know. So, but we've got 4 of those 6.
Naomi,
going at it.
Your neck's gonna get better, and then it's gonna get broke again. I'm full serious right now. Jade's gonna murder you. So you really should not have. Pulled that move. Maybe next time follow in Rikishi's footsteps and run her ass over with a car.
So that's what we've got. That's what we've got going on. And so that goes back to, you know, the Raquel thing. If Raquel gets that Intercontinental Championship,
I almost want to say this was promised to her to be on Liv's side. Liv tells her, I'll get you a championship other than the tag team, and you and me go.
And Liv goes for the women's. So.
Because, well, did anyone get involved in their match when she lost? Other than Dom.
Which match?
When Liv lost the title. Did anyone else get involved in that?
No, I don't.
It was just Dom.
It was just Dom.
Tommy boy.
So that's what we got going on there. And now we can move into the
final chapter of the night. The main event.
The steel cage match.
Versus CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
Oh, speaking of Seth Rollins, did you see they officially took freaking out of his name?
He did.
Like WWE took it off. They took it off.
Yeah, he made him.
Well, they took it off Bronson and they took it off Dom. He's no longer Dirty Dom and he's no longer Big Bronson Reed.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't hear that part.
They took 3 of them off and he's no longer.
I know Seth took freaking off his name.
Seth. I mean, I know the Seth one was supposed to happen for a while.
Well, a lot of people thought it was going to happen because they were going to start calling him fucking Seth fucking Rollins, but I don't know. A lot of things are going out there with Braun. on how he's going to be when he gets back.
I mean, he's still got a while till he's
Oh,
back
God.
anyway.
Poor guy. He is still making his character heard, though, on X. He's been...
He posts a ton, but he's no longer Big Bronson Reed.
He's just Bronson Reed now.
He's no longer Dirty Dom. So,
but Dirty Dom was better.
I'm like, why? I like Dirty Dom.
I would have been like, no, I want to stay Dirty Dom because Dirty Dom. Well, that makes you wonder then, are they going to start pushing Dom into a new...
Well, it could be like you said. Maybe they're moving into a...
Because he's actually been more of a face the last few weeks with Finn.
And you got to think...
Than he's been a heel.
That Judgment Day isn't going to...
No, they're
gonna fracture.
They're already on thin, fractured ice right now. And so it's just any moment they're going to blow up.
And something like a tag team between him and Carlito would be... That'd be something.
I mean, technically, we could look at it this way. Finn loses because Carlito and Dom do something. Finn gets pissed, but somehow Carlito and Dom get a tag team match for the titles, and they pull it off. And then Finn gets so fucking pissed off that's the last of it. Like, that's the end of it.
So, well, we'll see on that. Let's get back to the...
Yes. So here we are, Seth versus CM Punk. And it was a good steel cage match. It was definitely good back and forth. They were definitely going for a pinfall, not get out of the ring.
And they went straight back into the fight that was started last week.
Oh, yeah,
they went right to it.
They certainly did.
Stopped.
There is a lot of hatred between them. It was definitely actually one of the better matches. Probably best match of the night.
Like, it really
probably
was.
Best of the match.
Because they were just at it, and the added steel cage is fun because you get to see him slamming into the cage and everything.
Oh, that superplex he did off the cage, that was insane. God, the multiple GTSs Punk was doing.
Right. But those guys are... I mean...
God, the fuck you was when he used the STF.
Right.
And that cost Cena, or gave Cena the win. He used the same damn move trying to get him to tap.
Tried to get him to tap, and they were all over. And it got to the end. My
favorite part.
This
is what made me fucking get on TikTok and post the video.
The cage doors open. Seth's leaning up against the post, and
Roman Reigns, the one, the only, your tribal chief, rips Seth out of the ring, causing both feet to hit the floor. So Seth wins the match, and then Roman Reigns Superman punches and spears Seth, and he was all set to leave at that point. He really was. He took the shit out. He beat the shit out of Seth. He's sitting there at the apron. Everyone's telling him, no, don't you fucking do this. And then he looks over, happens to see Paul holding CM Punk, damn near in tears. And that's when he decided that his wise man was not going to do that. And he laid out CM Punk.
Ooh,
and the wise man stood in the corner with fear in his eyes as his one and only tribal chief just laid out CM Punk, the last Paul Heyman guy, or one of them at least. I think Brock was actually the last.
So now, that Paul Heyman bit was something, because
Paul Heyman knows how to sell. He knows how to sell a story. And right now, we're wondering, is this story going to start going into those three getting involved with John Cena and Cody? Or is this leading to a triple threat match at WrestleMania?
Right. So,
which I wouldn't be against either.
How does Roman now play?
Roman wants his damn title back.
Yeah, he wants his title back.
Seth wants his title. Seth wants to stop CM Punk from getting his title. Let's face it, all three of those guys want a shot.
So now,
all three of those guys want to go to WrestleMania.
So now, what are we standing on? Like a bunch of guys that want that title.
I think if you're gonna blow a WrestleMania out of the fucking water, fatal 6-way for the women, fatal 5-way for the men. You know, night 1's the women's round, night 2's the men's round, and you fucking take it. Because I'll tell you right now, you put Jay, maybe not in the main event, but you put him on night 1 where he wins, then you put the girls in their match, and whoever comes out on that, which my all-time pick will be Rhea if she's in it, because, you know, I'm a mommy's boy. No, I'm actually, if it happens this way, it'll be hard for me because I like all of them, first off. But Io's one of my favorites. So to see her and Rhea, it's really hard to watch and be like, I want Rhea to win, but I want Io to win, but I want Rhea to win. So obviously I will be in Rhea's corner if that happens. But imagine Jay wins, Rhea wins, Jay comes down to yeet and celebrate with her at the end of the night, getting his main event ending with her, just like everybody wants.
They're certainly building up a lot of these storylines. We're getting a lot of good stuff going on.
You know, and then you get the next night where it's Cody, Cena. God, I you know, you got Seth, Punk, Roman. Get all 5 of them involved. Hell, shit. Triple H just end both nights with a ladder match. Both nights, ladder match. 5 guys, 6 girls. Come on.
Getting our ladder matches.
Or, you know, you do an intergender and just put both of them up at the same time and have all of them fighting each other, you know? It might be easier.
Yeah, we'll see how this goes. We're definitely going to get
We're going to get something.
We're going to get a WrestleMania this year.
It's going to be a good one, and I really kind of wish I had forked over the money to go get a ticket and go.
Well, I'll tell you what, because last year's WrestleMania was one of the better WrestleManias we've ever gotten. And I think this one's going to top it.
I think so too. And Vegas, do me a favor. Blow that arena up, like crazy up, so they want to come back next year, because I will definitely go if they come back to another Vegas.
So, but that was Raw for the evening. It was a good one. Definitely a good one.
Oh, yeah. It was straight fire there.
We got a lot going on. We'll be back for SmackDown this week. I'm not sure. I haven't heard much about SmackDown this week. Who's doing what? So I guess we'll just...
No, there's not much going on.
Figure it out later in the week.
We'll find out that day.
Thanks, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you on the next go-around.